at David Person Field talking to assistant head coach and defensive coordinator Steve Weiser. Steve, you've been around Pennsylvania football for a long time, and you could probably push Joe Paterno on Pennsylvania college football coaches on who has the most years. So you're getting right up there. It's over 30-something, isn't it?
Actually, it's my 35th year of coaching here at Lycoming College. I played 4 years, so that gives me, I guess, 39 years. And then you throw the high school in, so that's probably 43. But I don't know if I'll catch up with Joe. Quite a few.
Yeah, well, that 39 years around, that's around Lycoming football, isn't it?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, I played 4 years from 70 to 74, and then I started coaching right away in 74. Frank hired me, and I've been here ever since, fortunately.
Tell me about those early years when you played, and then after you started to be a coach. And were you always a defensive coach?
Yes. I came down from Bald Eagle Area High School, and I was a linebacker, and I was a running back in high school. And Bud Whitehill was the head coach, and he actually got me down here for football and wrestling. And they put me on defense, which I'm glad they did. And of course, those early years, we were really struggling. I believe, if I look back over the records, I believe we won probably between 7 and 9, games in the 4 years we were here. So it was difficult. The first year you come in, you enjoyed I was fortunate enough to start as a freshman, but after that kind of wore off, and you wanted to win. And so the next, my sophomore year, very difficult. Then Frank took over when I was a junior, and even though we were still losing, now we started to see hope, and Frank made it fun. My last 2 years here, so I enjoyed the experience. The football, and I still continued in the wrestling. And then when I graduated in June of 74, Frank asked me to stay on, and I was fortunate enough to find a teaching job in the area, and I started coaching linebackers my first 3 years and enjoyed that. And then in 77, Frank appointed me defensive coordinator, and I've done that ever since. And I've done the D-line, and the last 2 years now I've focused on coaching the secondary, and I'm really enjoying it.
Our defense, or Lycoming's defense, I'm a graduate here, so I like to say our sometimes, but we've had up and down years, but mostly very good years, and you've been to national championships 2 times. Is that the biggest thrill?
Yes, I think there's working with the kids is a thrill for me. Going to I think winning the first MAC championship was a great thrill, going back to '78. And then the first undefeated season in 1985. I think another great thrill was in '83 when we were the #1 defense. We set several records there, number of shutouts and ranking nationally. And then, of course, 1990 going to the national playoffs was a great thrill. '97 had a special thrill. The fact that we really never thought, boy, just the way things were going as far as schools and what they were allowing certain schools to do, recruiting and that. To get back to the national championship, to beat Rowan, to get down to Salem, Virginia. So that was a great thrill. And, this year here, I'm really enjoying the ride right now. With the kids, how far we've come. Mike is doing a great job as a head coach and his leadership. We got a great staff. I'm very fortunate. I've had some good coaches over the years. This might be one of the best staffs I had. And that's not, putting any other staffs down, but Denny Hammond, Mike Weber, who's been here going on 20 years, Steve Radachai, and of course Ryan Yapel, who's an All-American defensive end. He's doing a great job, and then we have a couple student assistants, Curtis Campman out of Clearfield. So you're only as good as the people you have around you, and I'm fortunate as a defensive coach, defense coordinator, to have a great group of guys helping me, and I'm really enjoying, as I said, what we're doing this year, and I hope we can continue this success.
Do you remember ever playing on the quad over there around the middle of the college when they used to play between the buildings?
Well, actually, that was before me.
What was it? Okay, I just hear about that, and I thought I'd throw that in.
Well, I've heard the stories, too, and that was actually before me. Now, I've played out in the quad with some different type games out there, but not the football. Okay. The stadium was up here on Lincoln Avenue. and so that was a little bit before my time.
Okay, it's been up here for a while.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to put you that old.
No, that's okay. I've been here a while, but that's just I'm not sure when the last time. I'll be honest with you, John. When they last year they played on it. I'd be interested to find that out.